Hi everybody, and welcome to my Stamperia Songs of the Sea mini album tutorial series designed for Scrap and Create. The products that I am using today from the Stamperia Songs of the Sea collection are listed in the description box below, so you can click on those links to go to the Scrap and Create website to purchase those products and follow along. And there are also links to some products available in my Etsy shop, so if you would like to purchase those, you can click on those links too. Stay tuned for the tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going to begin decorating page 4. So starting with the front side, I have taken the 12 by 12 paper that has all of these little cut apart cards on it. I've cut out all 9 of them, but I'm only going to be using 8 of these pieces. So I set this one aside. I won't be using it here on this page. So I have these in the order that I'm going to be placing them on, starting with this front flap. So I'm going to place this starfish one here. Once the starfish is added, I'm going to open up. I've added my magnets already, so I added them, so it's about 3/4 of an inch from the edge of this flap and in the center. Then I put the magnet on top and I close the flap to place the magnet here. I'm going to put the treasure chest here, and I'm going to put the shell here. Now on some of the other ones, I'm going to be flipping over to the back side. That way you have more opportunities to put a photo. I think a lot of times it's really hard to think about covering up an image like this. You can put photos on all of them, or you can just have the pretty paper or a combination. So I am going to, actually, I think I'm going to do this. Even though that's there, if I put a photo there, it'll be in the magnet, but it should still work okay. So I would put a photo here and I wouldn't put a photo here. Or I could switch them because I like this image and I could do this. I think I like that because then a photo would go here and I would be less likely to cover that one. So I'm going to put these pieces down like this. Next, I'm going to open this up and place the anchor here on this surface. Then I have from the 12 by 12 paper, it is from this one. I'm not sure where I actually cut it from. At this point, I've cut too many pieces off of it. And this piece measures 4 inches by 4.5 inches, and I'm going to place this right here in the center. Now I'm going to open these flaps up. I'm going to take the trident and place it here, the stingray here, the mechanical fish here, and then the ship wheel here. Now that all of my papers are on, I'm going to go ahead and fold this up, fold this one over and this one over. And on this one, I'm actually going to bend this one just a little bit more so that it bends a little bit easier and closes. Then for my 12 by 12 papers, I cut this. It's from the mermaid scale paper, and I cut 2 pieces to 1.5 by 4.5. I'm going to place one here and one here to finish my page. I want to add a little bit to the front of this. So I've got my little chipboard coins here that I'm just going to stack up on these corners. So I'm just going to put 2 in this upper corner and then 3 down in the lower corner. I will add some gems and pearls obviously once I'm done too, but for now I'm just going to add these just to give it a little bit of dimension to make this page a little bit more interesting. I'm going to let these dry and then I'm going to flip over and work on the back side. The first pieces I'm cutting are from the 12 by 12 paper, and I have two pieces that measure 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'm going to put one on the front of each of these flaps. Next, I'm going to open up these flaps, and on the tops, I have two pieces again, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 from the 12 by 12 paper, and I'm going to place these here. Then from this 12 by 12 paper, it is this one here. I cut one strip, and it is 1 3/4 by just slightly less than 7 inches. And I'm going to tuck it here, right like this. So it will slide right down into those pockets just because those pockets are notched, and it'll fit right in there. From this 12 by 12 paper, I've cut two pieces to 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. They're going to go here on the front of the pockets. This one I'm going to put on just like it is, but this one I'm going to place a swing tab on. So I need to first hold this in the position that it needs to go in. Then I'm going to take my chipboard piece. I've decided I'm going to use these 3 bottles. I'm going to center this one between those flaps. I've already pierced my hole down through the chipboard piece, so now I just need to pierce it down through my paper. And my hole is about 1/4 of an inch over and about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. So then I'm going to take a brad and place it through my chipboard and then down through my paper and open those prongs onto the back side. Then I can place this piece and this piece on my pockets. From the 8 by 8 papers, I have cut these two pieces. I'm going to adhere these onto the front centers of these two flaps. And then from my 12 by 12 papers, I've cut the remaining 4 tags, and I'm going to place these down inside of my pockets. Once I have my tags in my pocket, I'll go ahead and close those flaps and close that swing tab. So next I'm going to go ahead and bring in my pearls and gems, and I'm going to decorate the back side and the front side of my page to finish up page 4. For the back side, I've taken pearls around all of these little grommets that were on the portholes, and then I've added some of the crystals here on the bottles. And then on the other side, I added some of the blue pearls here in the center. I have 2 crystals here, and then I have every other one on the frame. I have one of the white pearls. And now that the 4th page is finished, I'm going to go ahead and place it in the album. So first I'm going to add my adhesive to the 1/2 inch tab section on the hinge on both sides. Once I have my adhesive on, I'm going to go ahead and open up my page and place it down on my hinge. Once I have it in place, I'll go ahead and close it here and on the back side. Next, I'm going to cover the inside front cover. So from this 8 by 8 paper, I first cut this right at the bottom of her tail. So this is about 7/8 of an inch off the bottom. Then I cut this to 5 1/8 inches. And then I cut this to 7 1/4 inches. This piece is going to go here on my cover. Then I cut a strip 3/8 of an inch, and I trimmed it to 7¼ inches. And I'm going to take this and place it here on that first section just before my hinge and my first page. Once I have this piece and this piece on, I'm going to flip my pages here and focus now on the back cover. So from this 8x8 paper, I cut first at the bottom of the ship. So this piece is about 1 3/8 of an inch off the bottom. Then I cut this to 5 1/8 of an inch, and then I cut it to 7 1/4 inches. This piece is going to go here in the center of my back cover. Then from this bottom section, I cut right across the top of the rope. This is a 3/8 inch strip by 7 1/4. And I'm going to place it here down below before the last hinge. Next, I've taken this 12x12 paper here and I've cut 11 strips that are 3/8 of an inch by 7 1/4 inches. Now I'm going to turn my book sideways and I'm just going to come in here into the center so you can see this a little easier. In each of these places where you have either the hinge extension or the gusset, I'm going to place one of these strips, but I have them in order of the way I cut them on the paper, on the page, because I'm going to place them in order so that it's a continuous pattern across my spine pieces. So I'm going to start here with the one piece on the right, and then I'm going to go here, here, and here. These three, and then these two to finish up covering everything on the inside of my album. Once all of your spine pieces are complete, you can also add photo mats into your pocket pages if you want to do so. I'm not going to be adding photo mats to mine because these pages are so thick, and if photos are added, it's going to add a little bit more bulk, so I don't want to add any more now. I can always come back in later and do that. If you are planning on making photo mats, you'd want to cut them to be about 7 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and then you can cover them with all of the leftover paper that you have. There's plenty of paper and plenty of elements that you can fussy cut to decorate those photo mats. So this is it for constructing the mini album itself. If you are interested in making the treasure chest box that I have available in my Etsy shop, there's one more tutorial that will show you how to do that. So you can stay tuned and make one of your own to match your album. However, if you do not want to purchase that and you just want to make your own box, you can do that too, just using your scrap paper and what you have left. So if this is your final tutorial, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Scrap and Create for providing the paper. I hope everyone had a great time making the album. I know I enjoyed it, and I think this album turned out really cute. Now, if you are following the next tutorial, you will not be shown how to actually put the wooden chest together. If you purchase it from my shop, you'll get written instructions for that, but I will show you step by step how to decorate the actual chest itself. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.